Now in 4 News Now at 6. Still waiting for a snowplow to clear your street, the step back city crews had to take, and what you can do while you wait.
Once you get your sidewalks cleared, you can put your shovel away for a while, trade out your snow boots for rain boots. There's a slushy weekend ahead in your First Alert forecast.
And a critical blood shortage could be putting people's lives in jeopardy. We'll explain why fewer people are donating right now. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Derek Dice. It's been an eventful week for our weather team. Let's send it over to Chris Crocker with your First Alert forecast as we get ready for what could be a wet weekend ahead.
Yes, especially the second half of the weekend. If you're heading out for Friday night fun, here's a live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. You may encounter a few sprinkles or a little bit of light drizzle or a flurry or two, but otherwise it is going to be a fairly quiet night. The main concern is going to be slick spots on those roadways, and we do have some very light pockets of snow or a rain-snow mix, mainly north of Spokane, but we also have a little bit of light precipitation heading south. Here's a broader view on our radar. The pink is a rain-snow mix or some, again, little pockets of freezing rain. Most of what we have seen in terms of the freezing rain has been very isolated, and this precipitation will be wrapping up later this evening with dry conditions overnight. Our temperatures are right now in the lower 20s. That's probably as low as they are going to go. They might drop another degree or two this evening before they start warming up as warmer air is struggling to make its way in. We have this northeasterly wind that has kept our precipitation to a minimum and has kept that warming trend at bay, but it's working at it. And I think by the time we get into the overnight, we'll start to see those temperatures climb, looking to be up at 28 degrees by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Again, mostly dry conditions, just an isolated area of some very light precipitation overnight. I will be back with your 7-day forecast and tell you about a wet second half of the weekend coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
Chris, thank you. Well, the rain has turned the piles of light snow on the roads into a heavy mess for plowers. The city of Spokane says it had to go over the main roads around the area again, taking their crews away from your neighborhoods. But the city says it ensures it will eventually get to everyone. City crews are finally getting to Browns Addition tomorrow. If you live there, you'll need to move your car tonight. Browns Addition is riddled with really narrow streets, so it's important for people to move their cars completely off the road. The fewer cars on the streets, the more efficient the plow will be. The city says it could take all day or even go into Sunday. And don't forget to do your part in clearing the snow. The storm has kept people busy shoveling sidewalks and making sure pathways are clear. If you haven't shoveled the snow in front of your house yet, it's probably packed and already frozen. This can make clearing pathways even more difficult. Marissa Rio has ways you can clear your sidewalks and keep them safe.
Clearing our sidewalks and driveways can be difficult, and with the possibility of freezing rain in the forecast, it can be even more of a struggle. These two items that I have here, a snow shovel and some de-icer, can really help you out. But if that rain does come in, you may need to do a little bit more work. Shoveling snow, the tedious job we all have to do after every winter storm. While we may not want to, one local said it's important that we all be good neighbors.
And especially it helps out those people who are more vulnerable in our community, whether they have disabilities and are trying to get around, or whether it helps out our neighbors who may not have the strength and or inspiration to get out and do theirs.
One of the managers at Ace Hardware says before the freezing rain comes in, people should first clear their pathways of snow and ice. An ice scraper like this can be used if you're having troubles.
If it's built up and it's a little thicker, you could always use one of these where you can actually smash it down, chop it up, and then sweep it off to the side.
Once that's taken care of, you should put de-icer onto your sidewalks to make them less slippery. They even sell some that are pet friendly.
Just wait until the ice is already done, and then once it's melts, you sweep off the area, get all the extra salt granules off the ground so it doesn't linger too long and possibly damage your concrete.
Freezing rain and snow can cause other complications as well. We've all ran into this issue. ice stuck to our windshield. For that, stores like Ace have ice scrapers and de-icer windshield wiper fluid. And if you absolutely have to walk in the freezing rain or slippery conditions, they sell tractions you can put over your shoes that will dig through the ice and help prevent you from slipping. Clearing out our sidewalks isn't only a tedious chore, but it can also cause injury and become dangerous if you aren't careful. It's important that when you are shoveling your snow, you're lifting with your legs and not your back, and make sure that you take as many breaks as possible. Reporting live in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Yeah, don't need any extra shoveling injuries. With the snow on the ground now and the wet weather expected this weekend, these conditions are not ideal for anyone. People experiencing homelessness are especially vulnerable in this weather. The Salvation Army of Spokane is hoping to make a difference one ride at a time. This year, the organization is operating a van that picks up homeless people wherever they are and takes them to a shelter. The goal is to get them to a warm place to sleep and be fed.
During this really cold season, this is an opportunity for us to get folks just to safety. These vans have become shuttles, and so our drivers are combing the city, looking for individuals that are on the streets. It's very obvious that some people shouldn't be out in this weather.
The Salvation Army is always looking for more donations of gloves, scarves, hand warmers, and other items to offer homeless people they encounter. For more information on how you can help the cause, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. The University of Idaho says it's supporting its volleyball team following allegations that head coach Chris Gonzalez abused, bullied, and acted inappropriately towards players. A case manager from the dean's office will monitor all team practices, meetings, and activities and be there anytime a player requests the support. Well, around the Northwest now, Representative Cathy McMorris Rodgers announcing a congressional hearing on protecting the lower Snake River dams. This follows conversations between the Biden administration, conservationists, and tribes that some say is a roadmap to breaching the dams. In December, the administration said it planned to spend more than $1 billion over the next decade to help recover salmon populations in the region and how to offset the benefits of 4 dams on the Snake River if Congress would ever agree to dismantle them. In a statement, McMorris Rodgers says this hearing will provide an opportunity to expose how its plans will destroy people's lives in eastern Washington. It's set to take place on January 30th. Well, a man is now facing drug charges after Grant County Sheriff's deputies say they busted him for drug possession. Deputies say they stopped Brian Bickle in a car yesterday in Moses Lake. Deputies seized what they believe was crystal meth and cocaine. They also found unused baggies used for drug sales. Bickle faces charges of possession and intent to distribute. An update now to a Spokane shooting involving a police officer back in May. The county prosecutor's office says Officer Chris Johnson will not face criminal charges for shooting Riley Arambol. Officer Johnson was called to the area of 5th and Brown on May 10th for a man yelling and waving a gun at an apartment complex. When he got there, Arambol ran and carjacked someone as he tried to get away. Prosecutors say Arambol pointed a gun at Officer Johnson, who then fired. Arambol was not hurt and was eventually arrested. There's a consumer alert for charcuterie meats sold at Costco. The CDC is now expanding its warning about salmonella infections linked to this recalled meat. There are now a total of 47 reported illnesses in 22 states, including Washington and Idaho. The charcuterie meat was sold under different names. At Costco, it went by the name Grand Beretta. There have been 10 hospitalizations linked to salmonella exposure so far. All right, coming up on 4 News Now at 6, the Inland Northwest most mouth-watering week is almost upon us. Get ready for Inlander Restaurant Week after the break. Plus, Coeur d'Alene's Tomato Street is gearing up to reopen, repairing its kitchen that was damaged in our recent cold snap. We'll be right back.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Save your greed!
Celebrate 6 years with us at Spokane Tribe Casino. Win your share of $60,000 cash during our Winiversary giveaway every Saturday in January. Celebrate with us all month long as we celebrate these winning years. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
Agriculture Innovation meets tradition February 6th through the 8th at the Spokane Convention Center. Come see the latest in farming technology, network with peers and industry experts, and participate in seminars. Whether you're a seasoned grower, an entrepreneur, or just passionate about agriculture, this is the event for you. Meet, learn, grow at the Spokane Ag Show. Get your tickets now. I'm Melissa Paul, Ag Show Director, and I'll see you there.
Our motto here at Holiday Heating is fixed right or it's free. That means that we'll get the job done right the first time, and if we don't,
we will own up to that and we will take care of it for you for free.
Fixed right or it's free means that we are accountable for the 100% satisfaction of our customers.
We'll come back and get the job done and with no additional charge to the customer.
We are humans and we do make mistakes, but we are here to make it right and make sure our customers know that.
Six is the winner of 23 awards on Broadway and a euphoric celebration. Now, Six is coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts for 1 week only. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Adventure awaits at Silver Mountain Resort this winter. Enjoy some of the best terrain in the region, only 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Family, friends, and smiles as big as the wide-open vistas. Relax in a beautiful condo just a stroll away from dining, water slides, indoor surfing, and 84 degrees. And a gondola ride away from our new covered carpet lift, tubing, and acres of snow rider heaven. Your winter adventure awaits at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
If you're looking to remodel your home with some new stylish flooring or maybe some modern wallscape ideas, then you need to visit one of Windsor Plywood's 2 locations for the best selection of doors, floors, moldings, and more.
Windsor Plywood.
Celebrate 6 years with us at Spokane Tribe Casino. Win your share of $60,000 cash during our Winiversary giveaway every Saturday in January. Celebrate with us all month long as we celebrate these winning years. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
Well, it is almost time for Inlander Restaurant Week. This year, 126 restaurants are participating, including 35 new ones. The lineup won't be released until February 1st, but we were given this mouth-watering sneak peek at some of the restaurants, breweries, and wineries that will be part of this 10-day event. It features fixed price 3-course meals at $25, $35, or $45 from February 22nd through March 2nd. You can find out more on InlanderRestaurantWeek.com. Well, on your screen is the kitchen from Tomato Street on Monday. It's one of the many businesses that saw their pipes freeze and burst, forcing them to shut down for repairs. That flooding ruined a significant portion of their kitchen, but after an incredibly quick response, this Coeur d'Alene staple is already gearing up to reopen. Our Jordan Smith has the story.
On Monday, the pipes here at Tomato Street froze over and burst, flooding the kitchen, causing the restaurant to shut down. And now, just 5 days later, the restaurant is completing their restoration process and is getting ready to reopen on Saturday morning.
This is the view Tomato Street workers saw early Monday morning. Water erupting from pipes, flooding the crawl space in the kitchen.
We left for the day. All the pipes burst and stuff like that, and all the pipes went through our crawl spaces.
This photo shows the damage left behind. Light fixtures, drywall, the plumbing, all needing to be replaced. A major reconstruction project. Amazingly, managers were able to get immediate assistance. Plumbers and contractors arrived right away, in part thanks to some old connections.
You know, I've seen restaurants like get shut down for maintenance and stuff like that. They're in for a week or something like that. Not this quickly. It's kind of amazing, honestly.
Within days, crews were able to replace the ceiling, the plumbing, and the lights. They're now just a coat of paint away from a brand new kitchen. This response, remarkable, while other North Idaho buildings, like the Post Falls Library, remain shut down.
We definitely are the lucky ones, and we have to give thanks to whoever is out there that we were able to flip this around so quickly and be able to start serving food again, because that's our passion, that's our joy, is making food for other people.
Their doors expected to be open at 11 a.m. sharp Saturday morning. In Coeur d'Alene, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Well, the Keller Ferry is out of service until further notice for multiple electrical issues. This is on top of last week's Arctic air that froze several pipes to its generators. If you're heading that way, add extra time to your trip. Detours to cross at the Cooley Dam or on State Route 25 can take over an hour. 49 degrees north ski and snowboard resort closed down today because of a power outage. It says a Vista Cruise didn't see anything wrong with the overhead power lines and believe the problem may be in the underground system. There is no timeline on the repair. The resort says if you need to reschedule, call when it has power again or reach out to them by email. Our nearby ski slopes have struggled with very little snow this winter due to El Nino. So when you get something like a power outage, it just sort of, you know, compounds the problems they're facing.
Especially since they've gotten so much snow.
Right. They don't want people to get out and enjoy
this week. Right. Well, the season is long. It is not one weekend, and we do have more snow coming for the mountains. Tomorrow, though, it is mostly going to be dry until we get into the late afternoon, early evening. We could see some light rain mixed with snow. Nothing to shovel, just wet weather in the forecast. I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Falco Spokane, your fireplace specialists. Where would you get engaged? At our most spectacular historic hotel? Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
From refinishing cabinets, doors, and trim to painting walls and ceilings, Everhart Painting has you covered. Everhart Painting has been Spokane's premier painting contractor for over 50 years. Call now for our winter special. Everhart Painting, your painter for life.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Where would you get engaged? At our most spectacular historic hotel? Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
Next ET, we're celebrating birthday girl Dolly Parton.
Not a thing wrong with that.
Plus, the stars circling Hollywood's members-only EGOT Club.
Well, shucks, I'll have to go and get me one, won't I?
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Losing weight isn't one size fits all. For many, the popular weight loss drugs are helping. For others, it's lifestyle changes and exercise. And for some, it's weight loss surgery. What could work for you? Next week, GMA has real answers. It's the weight loss revolution on Good Morning America.
Doppler radar not completely quiet. We do still have a few isolated snow showers in progress around the region, showing up in blue on your screen. Not as much of that rain-snow mix or freezing rain that we saw earlier, although that didn't amount to much. It doesn't take much freezing rain to really cause some problems. It's 22 degrees right now in Spokane, 21 in Coeur d'Alene with some light snow in progress. Now, keep in mind that it's 22 now. You may be wondering why I have an overnight low of 24. We will be right about 24 at midnight, and then our temperature will be warming through the night. We do still have those flurries possible. This has been the tricky part of our forecast, this northeasterly wind. It has kept our temperatures cooler than expected. It took a real toll on that system coming in this morning in terms of snow amounts and precipitation amounts. So it has been a bit of a challenge to forecast around, and it will be with with us again tomorrow. Northeast winds at 5 to 10. A high tomorrow of 34. First time we've been above freezing in quite some time, over a week. A mix of rain and snow, mainly as we get into the late afternoon and evening. Here's our chance of precipitation during the day on Saturday. We're dry to start, up to 20% by 1 o'clock, and then things start to get a little bit wetter as we get into the evening, but it looks like light precipitation. But if you have a Saturday night to do and need to get from point A to point B outside, you may end up a little bit soggy, and certainly not a good night to wear your good suede shoes because it is going to get sloppy. Our forecast radar wants to keep the wet weather well to the north of Spokane and Coeur d'Alene tomorrow evening. I think that's a bit optimistic, with more wet weather coming in for Sunday. Sunday will be the wetter of the 2 weekend days. Here's Sunday at 8 a.m. And you'll notice we are all in the green, except just a few patches of a rain snow mix in some of the higher terrain, and only snow found in the mountains. We will keep that chance of rain going through the day on Sunday. Here's 6 o'clock Sunday, still with that chance of wet weather, and there's more coming in the 7-day forecast. Overnight lows tonight, we'll hit those early in the overnight and then warm up into the 40s. In Lewiston, St. Mary's 40, Kellogg 41, 37 in Moscow and Pullman. It gets cooler as we head north and west. 34 in Spokane tomorrow, 36 in Omak, but still freezing in Winthrop. Your planning forecast, we turn all to rain on Monday and then mostly rain through the 7-day forecast with mountain snow. High temperatures in the 30s, overnight lows right around freezing, so there'll be slick spots every morning as wet roads refreeze. It's good pothole building weather. I will be back in the next half hour with your ski report and some interesting things happening in the 8 to 14-day forecast you'll want to see, Derek.
Okay, Chris, thank you. Well, around the Northwest, in the wake of Portland's winter storm, a woman is being called a hero for rescuing a 9-month-old baby after the child's family was killed when a live power line crashed down onto their car. Majaya Washington says she didn't think twice about taking action.
Did you consider the danger before you approached?
I honestly didn't think about it. I wasn't even thinking, like, I don't even think I was in my right state of mind. I wasn't thinking, like, oh, like, I could be electrocuted. So I was more so thinking, like, I have to grab this baby.
Portland Fire and Rescue is honoring Washington for being a hero. She says she briefly spoke with the baby's grandparents Wednesday, and they were thankful for her bravery. Still ahead, climate change is impacting the planet. Find out how it's also hurting your children's mental health. And families of the children killed in the Uvalde school shooting speak out after a scathing review of the police response.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
They say it's not the destination, but the journey.
Arby's says, nuh-uh. Get 2 of these things for just $7 at Arby's Cheddathon sales event. Arby's, we have the meats.
Okay, guys, have a great day. Don't forget you have soccer after school. Bye, Mom.
See our huge selection of Highlanders built for everyday drivers at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Time for winter winnings at the Kootenai Casino in Bonners Ferry. This January, we're celebrating the season with super spins all month long. Show me the money. Take a break from the action in a Kootenai Falls Lodge room, starting at just $79 midweek, or upgrade to a Riverview room for $99. Join us in January at the Kootenai Casino, where the winning's hot. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Experience the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. Explore better boats, the largest selection of inventory, and the biggest savings, all under one roof, inside the region's largest indoor showroom. Discover the latest models from the industry's best brands, including Cobalt, Malibu, Axis, Barletta, Chris-Craft, Harris, Regal, and Cruisers Yachts, plus our huge display of pre-owned inventory. Mark your calendars and make waves with us at the biggest event of the year, happening February 1st through February 10th. The Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. Better boats, better prices, better event.
Our motto here at Holiday Heating is fixed right or it's free. That means that we'll get the job done right the first time, and if we don't,
we will own up to that and we will take care of it for you for free.
Fixed right or it's free means that we are accountable for the 100% satisfaction of our customers.
We'll come back and get the job done and with no additional charge to the customer.
We are humans and we do make mistakes, but we are here to make it right and make sure our customers know that.
The best part of the brisket, bacon, beef, and cheddar is definitely one of those things. Arby's, we have the meat.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fairway Floor.
Well, the fallout continues from the scathing Department of Justice report that found serious failures in the police response to the 2022 Uvalde school shooting, excuse me. ABC's Jay O'Brien has how victims' families and Texas officials are reacting.
The fallout building after a blistering report from the Department of Justice detailing what it calls a cascading series of failures in the police response to the Uvalde school shooting in 2022 that took the lives of 19 children and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School. Reacting to the report, Texas Governor Greg Abbott saying his state has already adopted and will continue to adopt recommendations made by the DOJ investigators. The city of Uvalde saying it's conducting its own independent investigation into what went wrong and has already implemented new police leadership, personnel, and training. Families of the victims calling for more accountability.
I hope that the failures end today and that local officials do what wasn't done that day. Do right by the victims.
The nearly 600-page DOJ report found police leadership on scene failed to follow standard law enforcement protocol and swiftly confront the gunman, treating him like a suspect barricaded in a classroom rather than an active shooter. Also detailing how officers quickly arrived on scene only to retreat when fired upon.
Am I bleeding?
Ultimately, it took 77 minutes to confront the gunman.
The law enforcement response to the mass shooting at Robb Elementary was a failure.
Speaking in Uvalde, Attorney General Merrick Garland saying the victims and their families deserve better. The victims' families say they're also frustrated by the pace of an ongoing criminal investigation into the police response that's being conducted by the Uvalde County District Attorney's Office. That investigation expected to continue into this year. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
Alec Baldwin has now been charged with involuntary manslaughter in the deadly shooting of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins just months after prosecutors had dropped their case against the A-list actor. Special prosecutors brought the case after receiving a new analysis of the gun that was used. Hutchins was killed in 2021 during rehearsal on the set of the movie Rust. Baldwin said the gun fired without pulling the trigger, killing Hutchins and wounding another on set. Prosecutors had dismissed initial charges. Now, Baldwin's attorneys say they look forward to the day in court. Well, climate change. Rising temperatures, air pollution, and natural disasters aren't just impacting the world around us, it's hurting the mental well-being of our children. The American Psychological Association report says climate events pose not only short-term risks of trauma and PTSD, but also the prospect of long-term mental health issues. Kids' developing brains are especially vulnerable to an increased risk of things like depression and strained social relationships. Marginalized communities, including indigenous populations, are most at risk. One way to help reduce the risk is to promote systemic solutions for climate change and shoring up support systems and mental health care for children. If you're feeling overwhelmed with work and like you have nothing left to give, you may be headed for or already experiencing burnout. Some signs are bad sleep, having a heaviness in your chest, more irritability, and inability to clock out of work mentally. Psychiatrist Dr. Dion Metzger says to make sure your day has a break in it or take a day to do whatever brings you joy and rest.
Joy and rest, because there's things that we can enjoy, but it's not exactly restful. I love to watch movies and watch TV and binge watch, sitcoms. For some people, it might be painting. Some people, it's like taking a hike and doing things outside in nature.
Solutions like working from home for a day, shifting your hours earlier to avoid traffic, or spreading projects out more evenly throughout the month can make a big difference. There's a desperate call for more people to give blood during a critical shortage. Find out why donations are extremely lacking. You're watching 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Spokane Tribe Casino brings you country music artist Ray Lynn to Spokane Live, Saturday, January 27th. Tickets are available online now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Entertainment without limits.
Have you recently bought a vehicle with bloated monthly payments and would now like to trade it in?
At Cal Auto Credit, we can help.
Yes, we can. At Cal Auto Credit, we can help you navigate out of a difficult situation to improve your credit.
Six is the winner of 23 awards on Broadway and a euphoric celebration. Now, Six is coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts for 1 week only. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
I've been in the sporting goods business all my life. My customers tell me their best memories are fishing, camping, and at the water, enjoying their time with friends and family. They tell me they want those same memories for their children and grandchildren. Elephant Boy's boating store with Mercury Outboards has now expanded to include a fishing and camping store. They are jam-packed with all your outdoor and boating needs, including Mercury Outboards. We invite you to stop by and let the tradition continue to deliver those dreams and memories. We have what you want.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
It's 2024. We want to talk about what's in and what's out in furniture trends.
The perfect mix of relaxation and technology. In.
Guaranteed lowest Lazy Boy prices? That's always in at Kerner Furniture.
A lack of selection or customization? Out.
Convenient delivery and in-home repairs? In.
Come to Kerner Furniture during our January clearance sale, where fair pricing, great selection, and excellent customer service are always in style.
Our January clearance sale
is going on now.
Spokane Tribe Casino brings you country music artist Ray Lynn to Spokane Live, Saturday, January 27th. Tickets are available online now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Entertainment without limits.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, take a live look here over downtown Spokane. The snow is done falling, but we are in for a messy transition to above freezing temperatures as the U.S. Pavilion there putting on a show for us. Thanks for sticking around with us. Chris, you were saying that we do still have to watch out for icy spots out there.
Absolutely. Those slushy roads, refreezing. In addition, we have some isolated areas of snow flurries and mixed precipitation, and any of that on top of icy roads makes things even more slick. 4 things to know about your weather. No more shoveling to do in Spokane. Still the possibility up in some of the northern valleys. Watch for icy spots. Really, that goes through the 7-day forecast as we get down around freezing each night. Light rain or snow Saturday, possibly in the late afternoon and evening. And then it's mostly rain on Sunday. Here's a look at our broad view of the radar, and you can notice nothing particularly organized here, just those hit and miss pink splotches indicating those areas of isolated mixed precipitation. That's what we're finding as we zoom in, but those are starting to turn back over into snow flurries from a rain-snow mix or sleet. We've even had some pockets of freezing rain. We're bringing some warmer air in, but it is taking its time. Our temperatures right now, 22 in Spokane. That's been our high, 21 in Coeur d'Alene, but those temperatures, if they dip a degree or two this evening, they will start increasing later tonight and through the overnight. And it looks like we are finally going to get above freezing for the first time in more than a week, heading up to a high of 34. Mostly cloudy skies for the first part of the day. And then we bring in that chance of a rain-snow mix, but it will be non-accumulating snow. Anything that we see tomorrow night will be very light. Saturday or Sunday is going to be wet. I will have that forecast for you and your ski report coming up in just a few minutes.
Local blood donation centers are calling for more donors right now. The American Red Cross is facing the lowest number of people giving blood in the last 20 years. Many donors are canceling their appointments because of the severe winter weather. Our Peter Choi explains why donors of all blood types are urgently needed right now.
Saving lives one at a time. Brendan Psyche,
I try to do it at least 2 times a year.
Came to donate blood today because he knows how low donations are right now.
That's why I actually had a little bit of time today. I just actually did a walk-in. Normally I try and schedule.
We've had to cancel several drives because of the winter over the last 2 weeks.
Vitalent's donor recruitment manager says the center has lost 80% of donors. Severe cold temperatures are not helpful.
And then also donors aren't wanting to leave their house, which, you know, I don't blame them if you're getting a foot of snow a day, right?
Last month, we've had more than 65 drives cancel.
Ryan Rodden with the American Red Cross says the need is still up high.
65, 70 drives cancel. That's how many thousands of units and how many thousands of lives are impacted by that.
Now, if you have cold or flu, you cannot donate just yet. You must wait and come back when you feel better. You'll find more information where you can donate on our website, kxly.com. In Spokane, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Well, historic cold and deadly winter weather has also taken a toll on oil production in the U.S. Several major refineries have shut down because of the extreme cold. And in the Middle East, critical shipping lanes are being attacked by Houthi militants from Yemen in what they say is retaliation for the war in Gaza. Yet, despite these crises, gas prices are holding relatively steady in the low $3 range per gallon, according to AAA.
It stands at $3.09 a gallon. That price still considerably lower, about 29 cents lower than what we were paying last year.
In Spokane County, the average price per gallon is $3.59, and around Coeur d'Alene and Kootenai County, it's $3.24 per gallon. But some pain at the pump may be in the forecast still as winter starts to fade away. The national average will begin its seasonal rise, and escalating tensions overseas may finally hit wallets here at home. New research out of the UW School of Medicine shows moms who want their newborns to have the highest levels of COVID antibodies should get more than the baseline 2 vaccines. Students found even babies born prematurely can benefit from maternal vaccines. They also found moms who had 3 or more shots had 10 times the antibodies in their blood and the baby's cord blood at birth. A new study shows taking a multivitamin every day could help improve your memory for everyday events and prevent cognitive decline in older adults. Researchers followed more than 500 adults ages 60 and older who took a daily multivitamin over a 2-year period. Those who took the vitamins versus a placebo had memory equivalent to someone nearly 5 years younger.
This is a very important step forward in looking at the research of nutrition and vitamin supplementation in an aging population when we're talking about cognitive decline, dementia, and Alzheimer's.
Still, the results are raising skepticism because previous studies were inconclusive about the benefits of multivitamins. Not every multivitamin has the same results, so it is best to talk to your doctor about it. Now to the race for the Republican nomination for the White House. The New Hampshire primary is Tuesday, and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is ramping up her attacks on her former boss, former President Donald Trump, in hopes for a strong second-place finish. ABC's Morgan Norwood is in New Hampshire.
In the final push to the New Hampshire primary, Donald Trump and Nikki Haley trading jabs, Haley leaning into Trump's age.
Do we really want to have 2 80-year-olds running for president when we've got a country in disarray and a world on fire?
Trump telling voters Haley doesn't have what it takes to run the country.
She's not going to make it. She has no chance.
Trump continues to dominate over Nikki Haley in New Hampshire, the former UN ambassador hoping to appeal to Granite State Republicans as an alternative to Trump. And when it comes to key issues, like most Republicans nationally, a Monmouth University Washington Post poll shows New Hampshire's likely GOP voters care about immigration, the economy, and foreign policy, a priority Haley says if elected president.
As president, my top priority would be how do we prevent war, how do we protect Americans, and how do we make sure we have a strong national security. You do that by getting in front of issues. You don't wait until the issues happen to you.
And as the primary season approaches, Trump meanwhile picking up an endorsement from former GOP contender Tim Scott. Haley, backed by New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu. And as for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who placed in a distant second to Trump in Iowa, he admits his strategy is to hold on until South Carolina in hopes that Haley will drop out, and then shaping the race as a showdown with Trump. And Nikki Haley is holding a rally right here in Manchester later today. Trump also has an event, as for DeSantis. He's set to speak with voters during a town hall before heading off to South Carolina. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Manchester, New Hampshire.
All right, still ahead here, looking to do some cross-country skiing, but don't want to go up in the mountains? Spokane Parks and Recreation has you covered. The story after the break on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Inland Northwest RV Show and Sale.
Looking for quality and experience? Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic has been providing personalized care to their clients for over 30 years. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, they do it all. With competitive costs and quality service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Our motto here at Holiday Heating is fixed right or it's free. That means that we'll get the job done right the first time, and if we don't,
we will own up to that and we will take care of it for you for free.
Fixed right or it's free means that we are accountable for the 100% satisfaction of our customers.
We'll come back and get the job done, and with no additional charge to the customer.
We are humans and we do make mistakes, but we are here to make it right and make sure our customers know that.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Looking for quality and experience? Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic has been providing personalized care to their clients for over 30 years. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, they do it all. With competitive costs and quality service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Is this defendant faking his real identity? Next, Inside Edition.
Are you Mr. Rossi?
My name is Orphan. And what's with the oxygen mask? Is he also faking his medical condition?
Objection, my lady.
Then, the actress and her stunning transformation. How she went from this to this. What happened to her face? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Welcome back. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear collars. This husky is being celebrated for saving his owner from a dangerous gas leak. This 4-year-old named Kobe kept digging a hole. The rescue dog isn't usually a digger. He knew something was up, so she tested the area with a gas reader and called the gas company.
It went off the charts to the highest level of gas detection. So I was like, oh my God. When the foreman told me that something as simple as a light switch would blow the house up.
The gas company was able to fix the issue. Now, her and the community are so thankful for Kobe. He's getting a lot of treats for being a very good boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just, I guess, smelled it and knew something was wrong, so.
Dogs are amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, no doubt. Pretty crazy. All right, we're going to take a look at this radar here, and we've got rain coming in.
Yeah, we do. Right now, I just checked to see how night skiing was going at Mount Spokane. They're getting some snow.
Okay.
We do have some little bits of snow around the region right now. Let's take a look at that radar. Nothing particularly organized. It's just coast. Very isolated areas, mainly over the higher terrain, but you could get a few flakes at your house yet this evening before we dry out overnight. The next round of precipitation in the valleys will be a rain-snow mix. Here's a look at your ski report, and so sad about 49 degrees north with their power problem because they've had 5 inches of new snow in the last 24 hours, and the conditions are so great right now. Everybody's had a little bit of fresh snow. Silver not reporting any, but the radar tells another story, so I assume they've had some. Schweitzer back to having their twilight skiing. Last weekend with the cold, they had to cancel that. Looking good at Lookout Pass and Silver. Mount Spokane, as I mentioned, they have night skiing in progress right now. Looks like everybody is having a really good time. Here's a look at your temperature trend over the next 7 days, and we are warming up. Not so warm that we're going to bring snow to the, or excuse me, rain to the ski resorts. Here's a look at our average high is at 35. We'll be at 34 tomorrow. First time we've made it above freezing in more than a week. It has been a very cold and snowy stretch. Now we're going to get into the slush as high temperatures get above freezing through the 7-day forecast and above average, close to 40 degrees. If anything, these temperatures toward the end of next week might be a little bit on the low side. I want to show you the 8 to 14-day forecast. This is January 27th through February 2nd. How are we already that deep into January? You'll notice we are in the crimson red. So we are deep, deep, deep on the key here into the warmer territory, indicating a very strong signal that we are going to be dealing with above average temperatures. Precipitation, we're sort of sandwiched in between in North Idaho. A slight chance of above average precipitation over a portion of eastern Washington, and then this area of below average precipitation in central Montana. So it looks like we'll take it on a day-by-day basis in terms of precipitation. Being an El Nino year, I would lean more toward the above average precipitation, but it's those temperatures that are going to be interesting. Right now, we're warm enough that we're not dealing with too many problems on the roads, but we're keeping that snowpack going, which we do need to beef up after a slow start. This weekend, temperatures above freezing both days. Sunday will mostly be rain. Saturday, mostly dry until we get into the late afternoon and early evening, and then we may see some mixed precipitation in with the rain. Derek?
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Well, more than 100 million people, we're talking nearly 30% of the U.S. population, are under winter weather alerts from coast to coast. Major cities are bracing for more snow and icy roads this weekend, which could make for dangerous travel.
The ice didn't melt on them, you know, even though we treated it. So we're out there treating it again, and we'll continue treating it.
Meanwhile, FEMA is changing the way it responds to natural disasters, announcing an immediate $750 in assistance to people impacted by extreme weather, which can include storms, hurricanes, and tornadoes. The overhaul comes after years of criticism that disaster survivors have to jump through hoops to access assistance. These changes will take effect in March. If you want to catch some cross-country skiing, fat biking, or snowshoeing in town, Spokane Parks and Rec has you covered. It's groomed trails out at Dwight Merkel Soccer Field, Whittier Park Trailhead at Indian Canyon, and Riverside State Park at the 7 Mile and Deep Creek Trailheads. Parks and Rec says this is the weekend to get out and enjoy the trails, as we may not get another chance. Check out what you need to know before you head out in this story on our website, KXLY.com. Now to a new strategy for grocery shopping that's taken off on social media. People who try it say the 6-to-1 method saves them both money and time. This method is where you buy 6 veggies, 5 fruits, 4 proteins, 3 starches, 2 sauces, and 1 fun thing for yourself. The man behind the method says he spends between $80 and $90 per week using this for his household of 2. That's almost half of what the typical couple spends per week.
I just wanted to take control of my wallet and my time and just figure out a way to be strategic when it comes to the normal thing of grocery shopping, something we all have to do.
Now, to maximize this method, it's still best to make a list, have recipes in mind, and make sure the fresh produce doesn't go to waste. You know, like when you buy that head of lettuce and then you're just going to throw it away like a week later because you never use it.
Is pizza a vegetable? Because the 6 of those, that'll be good.
That's right. Well, it stays frozen, so, you know, it's good for a long time. Gonzaga head coach Mark Few made history by winning his 700th career game last night, but the Bulldogs don't have a lot of time to celebrate.
Oh, no. Gonzaga will take on San Diego tomorrow. A look at the matchup and what the Zags have to do to avoid a letdown. Next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Carpet One, we're here to floor you. You can save like never before during our flooring blowout. Hurry in to see our beautiful options and learn about our special financing.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
Agriculture Innovation meets tradition February 6th through the 8th at the Spokane Convention Center. Come see the latest in farming technology, network with peers and industry experts, and participate in seminars. Whether you're a seasoned grower, an entrepreneur, or just passionate about agriculture, this is the event for you. Meet, learn, grow at the Spokane Ag Show. Get your tickets now. I'm Melissa Paul, Ag Show Director, and I'll see you there.
Every time you use your ICCU Premier Rewards Visa card, you're earning rewards. Whether it's cash back or points, being a member of Idaho Central really pays back. Start earning points and getting cash back for your everyday purchases. It's a win-win. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe life should be rewarding.
Temperatures outside are expected to drop near zero from now through the end of the month, and we want you to be prepared. Keep your thermostat set at 70 degrees. Let faucets in your home drip. Cover hose bibs. Keep garage doors closed. Have space heaters on hand. And remember, Bill's Heating and Air will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, should you have issues at all. Happy New Year from your Bill's Heating and Air family.
The AutoNation used car sales event is on. For a limited time only, take advantage of reduced prices on thousands of used cars, trucks, and SUVs. All makes, all models on sale. Domestics, imports, luxury, on sale. This is one used car sales event you can't afford to miss. Hurry to the AutoNation store near you today or shop now at AutoNation.com.
At Carpet One, we're here to floor you. You can save like never before during our flooring blowout. Hurry in to see our beautiful options and learn about our special financing.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
Save your greed! Gonzaga is fresh off an emotional win over Pepperdine that saw head coach Mark Few earn his 700th career victory. Now the Zags will shift their focus to San Diego. Sports director Julian Minenstone is here. And Julian, what do the Zags need to avoid a letdown against the Toreros?
Well, they need to basically take that second half from yesterday, bottle it up, and replicate it out tomorrow. Gonzaga and Pepperdine were tied at halftime, but the Bulldogs went on a 23-3 run to start that second half and basically put the game away. GU has already beaten San Diego by 27 points this season, but when it comes to conference play, it's always harder to win on the road, and that's something head coach Mark Few emphasized to the guys this week.
We're not talented enough to just roll in and just beat guys on talent this year. We got to beat them on toughness, we got to beat them on togetherness, we got to beat them on attention to detail.
Tip-off against San Diego is at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Now, if you were worried that Washington State would have a letdown following that upset win over Arizona, think again. The Cougars took down Stanford last night, 89-75. WSU was led by that man right there, guard Miles Rice, who had a career-high 35 points and a career-high 8 assists. Now the Cougs will take on Cal at 2 o'clock tomorrow. WSU has won 8 straight against the Golden Bears. Gonzaga women's hoops won its 11th game in a row with the 72-48 victory over LMU yesterday. The Bulldogs had their forward, Yvonne Ejim, score half as many points as the entire LMU team. That's how dominant of a performance it was. Now, GU will look to extend its winning streak against St. Mary's at 2 o'clock tomorrow at the Kennel. WSU women's basketball hosts Arizona State tonight. The Cougars are coming off a win over rival Washington. That was also WSU's first win in conference play this season. That was on Sunday. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock from Beasley Coliseum in Pullman tonight. Over to high school hoops, the 12-3 Gonzaga Prep girls hosting the 11-3 Central Valley Bears. Two of the better teams in the area going at it tonight. Both teams really wanted to win this one, and you could tell. Look at them diving for the loose ball on the floor. Central Valley picks it up, pushes it up to Drea DeMivo, who spots up, and she's going to knock it down for three as Central Valley goes up in the early going. But Gonzaga Prep answered right back. Check out the Euro step, the footwork by Olivia McIntyre with the left and the lay-in. Right now, G Prep leads 55-46 in the fourth quarter. We'll have an update of that one tonight on Friday Night Sports Extra, as well as all the other games that we're going to around the Inland Northwest.
Give me one or two more of the big games coming up tonight.
Mount Spokane, North Central, that's a huge one, especially that boys game, because Coach Zachary's got them playing, and Mount Spokane has Ryan Lafferty. He is a load to handle inside, so that's a big game tonight. Watch out for that.
Sounds like fun. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight as we head to a break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The 36th annual Inland Northwest RV Show is on now through Sunday at the Spokane Fairgrounds. 7 gigantic dealers, hundreds of RVs, incredible show prices, great financing, and high trade-ins. Now through Sunday, Spokane Fairgrounds with free parking.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 NMAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Hey, can I get some butter for my popcorn?
Sure. It'll be $1 extra.
$1 extra for butter?
Yep.
Ridiculous, right? You know what else doesn't make sense? Some people are still paying for their checking accounts. Some places it's $12 a month. At P1FCU, we believe some things should just be free. Open your Ascend checking with tons of great benefits at p1fcu.org/free.
Spokane Exercise Equipment is the Inland Northwest premier provider of top-of-the-line exercise and rehabilitation equipment. Once the Spokane Exercise Equipment technicians have finished setting up your new home gym, that's when the workout competition begins. Spokane Exercise Equipment has all you need to achieve your fitness goals. They offer delivery, installation, service, and maintenance for all residential and commercial customers. Visit them in downtown Spokane or go online to see their full line of products.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. And want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
The 36th annual Inland Northwest RV Show is on now through Sunday at the Spokane Fairgrounds. 7 gigantic dealers, hundreds of RVs, incredible show prices, great financing, and high trade-ins. Now through Sunday, Spokane Fairgrounds with free parking.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW.
We're coming up tonight on Nightside. Right now, our sports team has cameras at high school games all over the area, getting great footage for all the best highlights. Tune in tonight on Nightside for our Friday Night Sports Extra Hoops Edition.
Your best chance to stay dry this weekend will be the first part of the day on Saturday. Then we have a mix of rain and snow, non-accumulating snow coming in Saturday into a wet Sunday. Looks like mostly rain on Sunday with a high temperature of 37 degrees and a lot of wet weather in that 7-day forecast.
Sure looks like it. All right, how long can you go phone free? One company is willing to pay people $10,000 to do their digital detox. No phone at all for an entire month. yogurt company Siggy's Dairy says it is nice to live a simpler life with less distractions. In addition to the cash, other prizes available include 3 months worth of Siggy's yogurt, okay, a 1-month prepaid SIM card, and, appropriately enough, a smartphone lockbox. But I think for most of us, it's all about that 10 G's. Can you do it for 10 G's?
I feel like I would give someone 10 G's to take my phone and give me some yogurt. Yes, I could. You?
Okay. I would hope I could for $10,000.
Yeah,
As long as we
easy.
still have some internet to be able to communicate, maybe?
I don't know.
We'll have to check the fine print on those rules. We'll get back to you. Again, Friday Night Sports Extra coming up tonight at 11. We will see you then.